Hello guys, welcome to the world Al Nasser Khabs and Mohabi. Today let's look at packages of Inigo Martinez and Kingsley Coman, and now because Kingsley Coman is officially a Nasser player, let's look at their packages. How much actual is 3 years contract for Kingsley Coman and 1 year and 1 year extension for Inigo Martinez. Total package actually for Kingsley Coman. Inigo, he was a free agent, but Kingsley Coman, he he worth 26 million euros, including bonuses, almost 30 million euros. We'll have to move away from 35 because most of these links says 35, but according to ESPN is 26 or 26 point something plus, but all in all it's 30 million euros plus bonuses, but it's almost 30 million, 25 plus 5 in bonuses, 25 million euros and 5 in bonuses. According to Rob. So his salary will be around 20 to 25 million euros annually. So let's just take 20 and see the difference between what is going to earn annually. So let's say 20 million. So we'll say 20 million. Okay, 20 million. Annually is 12. So it's going to be 1,600,000 and something annually, monthly. So weekly is going to be 416,000 euros. It's going to be 1,600,000 and something euros, and then it's going to be for let's just round it to, it's going to be 600 and let's say 417,000 per week, euros per week. For me, this is the amount. I mean, I understand he's cheaper in all. For me, he's cheaper in all categories for Al Nassr. It's cheaper. I mean, we are talking about Kingsley Coman, one of the best winger now in the world, and then he's earning 417,000 weekly. I mean, let's put it the case of money. Money earns 700 and something thousand. He earns 417,000 weekly. 1.6 million. You can say 1.7 million. monthly. 20 million euros. This is reasonable. I mean, for me, I mean, I don't know. Most of players will end up in Saudi. I mean, if these are salaries for these big players, they will leave actually. They will leave. They will end up going to Saudi because 400 and how much is Mohamed Salah earning at Liverpool? 510,000. I think 510,000 weekly euros. Is it euros or pounds? But around there, 510,000. And he fought for it. He started, if you remember, he started from 200 and something. And they said 400, he said no, 500. I think they end up in 500. Not 510. 510 was Cristiano. I think he's 500 or 490 something thousand. These big players will end up in Saudi because if you pay a player like, and then you say, I mean, you play, I mean, it's you love football, your heart must be, you don't have to think about money. They have families, children, families. So if European leagues are not aware, these salaries, and these are not, I mean, if Ronaldo was earning 510,000 in Manchester United, you'll see at the end of the day, it will end up as these players, I mean, these teams can afford. I mean, for last season, Real Madrid, I think they made a profit of about 1.6 billion in revenue. 1.6. And your best player is earning 250,000 per week. and the fans, they say, no, that's how you show your love for football. What about the families now? What about you as a person? After retirement, you have nothing. And then let's go for Inigo. Inigo is 10 million rand. 10 million, I'm sorry. I'm counting with our South African money. For South African money, 10 million rand is how much? Zero, almost 190 million rands. 190. You can say 200 million now. But let's go for Inigo. And then 100, 1 million, and 10 million. Yeah. And then look at this gloves money. It's enough for me, but for him, look at this gloves money. 833,000 and something. You can round up this thing to 833,400 something. 833,000 euros monthly. So what about annually? Weekly. $208. 208. 208. I don't think that's. How much was he earning from Barcelona? Or maybe the problem in Barcelona is with tax. But sometimes these countries are 4 point something percent. 4 point something, 4.2, 4.5. And in Saudi Arabia is 2.1, 2.4, 2.1% in tax. So it's not like it's tax free. It's taxless, not tax free. Unless if they have that agreement that we are not going to tax you completely. But that's how they're going to end, and it's 1 year and 1 year extension. I believe it's going to extend for another year and extend for another year. I think it's going to extend until 2027, but along that path, I think they're going to add with 2 for Martinez. And of course, this one, I think, Kingsley, I think is going to extend with another 2, because at the end of his contract will be 32 years. I don't see him coming back maybe sooner. Maybe after 34, he can come back to Europe, but for now, I think he's going to stay there. Let's not forget, Otavio is linked to Atletico Madrid. I don't know if he's going to leave, of course. But he will leave Al Nassr, but I don't know if he's going to end up at Atletico Madrid. But it gives, you can see that point of him going to Atletico, if he's going to fill the space of that player who went to Inter Miami, who signed with Inter Miami. I think he's coming from Argentina. I think he's a friend of Messi, that one. All in all, and then Laporte, of course, will wait until there's something which I read somewhere. I read that Sadio Mane is linked to Olympic of Greece. It's Olympic Piraeus of Greece. They are on form, that team. I don't know how legit is that statement, that money. But they always link money to another team anytime. Money was linked to Fenerbahce. I don't know why Victor Osimhen declined the offer of the Saudi. How much is he going to earn at Galatasaray? His intention is 100 and something, 120,000 per annum, per week. I think he wants 120 per week. Around that amount of money, 120. But I think if he decided to go to Saudi, he will end up around 400 or 500,000 euros or pounds per week. Our African brothers must start to understand that. Because now look, Darwin Núñez, Saudi. Ruben Neves, Saudi. Joao Felix, Saudi. Alexander Mitrovic, Saudi. Milinkovic-Savic, Saudi. Cancelo, Saudi. Kingsley Coman, Saudi. Martinez, Saudi. Theo Hernandez, Saudi. Malcolm, Saudi. They will end up loving this, saying we are playing with the love of football, we are playing this thing not for money but for football, but they will end up, come on. This money is not just going to help him as a person, as an individual, but I believe his 500,000 per week is going to help even his family. No, not his family, I'm sorry. His country. It's a lot of money. If you take this money and convert it to Nigerian, is it kwasha in Nigeria? But in the Nigerian currency, is more than 10 zeros here weekly, and it's going to help a lot. Our brothers must understand that it's about love of football. But I mean, you say you play for the love of football, but you end up in Turkey. I mean, you are going to play for, it's naira. For Nigeria, it's naira, but the Nigerian currency, yes, it's going to be more zeros. And then you go and play for Galatasaray, which is not going to win the Champions League, of course. So you're just going to play for the Champions League, never won the Champions League for Galatasaray. I mean, you know, Al Hilal, Galatasaray. They're just going to wipe them. Al Hilal. I mean, against Galatasaray. So I believe they need to look at this thing. I mean, when you look at this thing, I mean, these Europeans again, they are taking these opportunities. They were looking for Mohamed Salah. He insisted. He resisted. He ended up not wanting to go to Al Hilal. I think it was Al Ittihad, the team which was looking for Mohamed Salah. He ended up not going. But for now, he's in form for Liverpool, of course, and they are paying him well. It's fine for Mohamed Salah. But for some of our players, I mean, when are they going to go? They're going to go after this league is developed and they are no longer paying. Because somewhere, these salaries will go back and be equal to the European salaries. Somewhere. After their league is developed, everything, and then they're just going to have this thing of the English league, which is, they call it PFMA or something like that. Financial fair something. But all in all, guys, that's the package of Kingsley Coman. He's going to play, of course, we believe so, against Al Ittihad on Tuesday. We're going to do the preview of our matches, and then we're going to drop it on Monday. Let's say on Monday early in the morning, and then we're going to do that's it. Only the preview. We're just going to drop it on Monday. And on Tuesday, I think it's 1400. You must be aware. 1400. I think around Europe is going to be. Is it 1:30? 11, that's for 2:30, 1. That's going to be 2. Let's say it's gonna be around 1:12 to 1 to 12, around somewhere around. So all in Europe is gonna be around 12. Must be around 12, 12. It's summer now, so it's gonna be something around there. I don't know, in Qatar it's gonna be 4. In Saudi, 4 or 5 around there, but it's gonna be 2 o'clock around here. So thank you, guys. Like the video, please subscribe to the channel and put the notification. Thank you. Bye.